Hello everyone, myself Arun Pratap. Welcome to the Simply Data Science series. In this video, I would like to introduce you to data science and provide an expectation setting for this series. Data science as a discipline has evolved rapidly in the past decade with the spread of internet, especially the advent of big data. Traditionally, data science and artificial intelligence or AI are considered to be discrete entities with a few aspects in common, as you can see in the first figure on the left. With each passing day, these fields are converging on more areas than were envisaged in the initial days, and in my opinion, we may see in the near future the difference between these two domains becoming thinner and thinner. Of course, that is my personal opinion and may not be universally agreed upon, as some areas like expert systems, which are part of AI, cannot be placed anywhere in the current data science ecosystem. Before formally trying to define data science, let's take a look at a typical data science methodology. So this is proposed by IBM and is widely quoted in literature. So this basically consists of three major steps, that is from problem to approach, working with the data and deriving the answer. And it is divided into parts, which we will be seeing one by one. So first step is business understanding, in which we will try to find out what is the problem that we are trying to solve, or that we will be treating as a data science problem. Second step is analytic approach, in which we will try to find out how we can use data to solve this particular problem that we are having. And in this second section, first step is data requirements, in which we will try to find out what are the data that we need to answer the particular question that we have. And the fourth step is data collection, in which we will have to identify all the sources from which we will be able to use the data and to document that. And the next step will be once we have collected the data, we would like to understand whether the data that we collected is representative of the problem that is to be solved. And the last part in this second section is data preparation, in which step we will try to see what additional work or data wrangling, as we call it, needs to be done so that the data is usable by this third section, which involves the deriving the answer part. So in that first step is modeling, in which we try to visualize the data and see whether we are able to get the answer that we want. And the evaluation part focuses on the question whether the model answers the initial question or whether we need to fine tune the model. And the deployment part answers the question that whether we will be possible to deploy the model into a production mode. The feedback part makes use of this model in a real life domain or in the actual problem setting and try to see whether it provides the answers to the initial business problem that we were having. With these points in mind, let's try to define data science. So summing up all the points that we saw in the data science methodology slide earlier, we can define data science as an interdisciplinary field which aims to unify statistics, data analytics, informatics, and their related methods to derive meaningful insights from data. So as you can see here, three major components of data science include computer science or IT, which includes the programming part, math and statistics, which includes the theoretical part, and another third important thing is domain or business knowledge, which will provide us an understanding of the problem at hand. And coming to the topics involved in data science. Data science is like a very vast field involving topics, as we saw, from various domains like database, data mining, probability statistics, calculus, linear algebra, machine learning, deep learning, data analytics, like that. So I can go on to tell innumerable topics related to data science. So we will try to get a hang of what each is, how each fits into the data science ecosystem in this series. And many software tools are commonly being used in the industry and data science domain in particular. And in this series, we'll be exploring few of those commonly used tools. We'll be mostly focusing on the Python ecosystem, which is inside this big block that you can see here. So that includes many libraries provided by Python, and Python is usually considered as a popular beginner-friendly language with the availability of very large number of libraries, which will be easily allow you to implement the data science task or machine learning task. So SciPy, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, TensorFlow, Keras, all these are Python libraries, which we'll be exploring in this series. In addition, we will be seeing popular DBMS or database management system offerings like MySQL, MongoDB, Cassandra, HBase, Neo4j, and a few visualization softwares and softwares with which we can make interactive dashboards like Excel, Tableau, Power BI. And we'll also be covering Java, web technologies, and cloud development tools later in the series. And this is like a series overview. So as you are already aware, we have like tons of videos in YouTube and other online platforms distributed for this subject of data science. But I have always felt a need for a beginner-friendly grounds-up approach in dealing with the subject. So I'll be covering the data set science-related concepts in short videos of 10 minutes or so, spread over different subjects. Topics will be split into groups. As you can see here, some 4 or 5 groups I have identified, and roughly 2 hours of content per week. So each group will take around roughly 3 to 6 months for completion. And so that is what is my plan for the series. So coming to expectation setting, what you can expect out of this series. So beginner-friendly introduction to concepts and as a reference for exam and interview preparations. And I'll be maintaining separate YouTube playlist for each subject in the channel. And official reference for softwares and standard or open textbooks will be used as far as possible. And this series, as I already told in the previous video, this is a not-for-profit like hobby project kind of thing. So this is not linked to any certification agency or content provider, and just take it as a learning experience. And as you already saw in previous slide, this is a very ambitious long term covering many areas. So I cannot give any commitment regarding any deadlines or end dates. We will see as it goes. And as always, there may be breaks in content delivery due to my inevitable official as well as personal preoccupations now and then. OK. And the content and code that we will use in the series will be available in my GitHub repo for the following location. And feedback is always welcome regarding the series. So let's have a fruitful journey ahead. Thanks and regards. This is Arun signing off. Best wishes to you all. Thank you.